In the night when I wake up, I will lift up my voice to heaven and give you the highest praise. Hallelujah to my King. Hallelujah to my Father. Hallelujah to my Jesus. I bow before the throne. When I look at all the wonder and I see all the creation, the beauty of the universe, you never change. You never lie. You never change. You never change. Hallelujah to my Jesus. Hallelujah. 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 Giving. Hallelujah. The highest praise. Hallelujah. Giving the highest praise. Hallelujah. Giving the highest praise.
I'm not afraid, Jehovah. From the worship, Jehovah. It is of the praise. From the praise. It is of everything. The worshiping. Oh, you give me life. I will praise His name. I'm here to praise my God because He gave me life. Come celebrate, come to play, come and worship Him. He deserves the praise. Hallelujah, giving the higher praise. Hallelujah, giving the higher praise. Hallelujah, giving, hallelujah, the highest praise. Hallelujah, giving the highest praise. Yeah, hallelujah, giving the highest praise. Ooh, hallelujah, oh, yeah, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah to my Jesus. Yeah, hallelujah. Sing praises to Jehovah. Lift up your hands and worship. Lift up your voice and pray. Hallelujah. I lift up my life for Jesus. I will worship you, Yahweh, Yahweh.
Welcome to Fiber King of Woodland. Everyone that's looking for a nice African for wedding, whatever fiber you need, you can just come over here. You have all this nice stuff. If you need ashebi, you guys can come over here for baby shower, for wedding. You guys are welcome. She have really nice stuff. You can see all over there, all those men over here. You don't have to go to the theater and then they're going to be telling you all kind of stories. You can just come here. They're already made. And for ladies, you can just look for whatever fiber you're looking for and match it for the men. And, your husband already have a shirt made. You can get stuff for your kids. You can get stuff for the whole family. We have African slippers and ashobi hair ties all over. We have different kinds of lists and everything. So you guys are welcome, okay? It's really nice. It's Fiber Queen on 6695 off of Woodland. 6625 Woodland Avenue, okay? So you guys are welcome, 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 welcome. You have nice stuff here for ladies, for men, for kids, and for everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Fabric Queen of Philadelphia. Fabric Queen of Philadelphia is 100% African-owned business. At Fabric Queen, we are specialized in high quality wax product, Swiss lace, jewelry, and beauty products that will make you shine like the queens of fabrics. We are located at 6625 on Woodlands Avenue, 10 Philadelphia. Telephone number 215-800-0228. Tell the management of Fabrice Queens in Philadelphia is easy and salt of the Liberia Public Radio gives you this message. Tell all Akwaba.
Good evening. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners. We sincerely apologize for jumping in here late. When you see like that, then something is running behind something. Too much is unfolding. We get our own little thing going on in our own world. So we sincerely apologize for coming on late to all our viewers, many listeners, and followers. Thank you. It's better late than never because it is for you. For our country, we always hear, I don't care how difficult it is, will be. If I tell you, I don't even want to go into my own personal stuff, what's been going on, but because it's just not relevant as of now, only to myself, it's not going to be beneficiary to you. So I prefer it. What going to be the beneficiary aspect of our country is what we're going to be talking. This is all things considered. It appears the Liberal is on the run. The Liberal, he knows exactly what I was doing, and so he was happy that I'm not coming on tonight. But I told him, guess what? I will come on because it's the bigger picture is about the country. Good thing the man from the far right is here, so we're going to take. Want to spend a little time here with you because a lot is ongoing on. Let me bring in Mr. Amos George, is our senior contributor, analyst of the Liberia Public Radio. He's based in Atlanta, Georgia. The place where the man Donald Trump wanted to loot a vote so that he can be the next president of the USA. But the Secretary of State did not bow down. He stood his ground and said no, because he believes in the core values and principles of democracy. It doesn't matter. So sometimes when I see these things playing out, let me bring in Pa George here, and he can be part of this whole thing here. The Liberal is on the run. Let me do it this way. He shouldn't even come here because he's going through a lot now. He's understanding. You know, when I see people standing up for their country with this conviction and putting the interest of their country first, then I say, yes, this person, that person is a politician. It's not everything is political gaming. Sometimes you have to put the interest of your country first. How many of us, our politicians in today's world, in Liberia, in Africa, and other countries, consider the fact that their decision making is more or less important? This is Easy and So. The talking point gets on the way. Okay, for Josh again, our sincere apologies for coming on late, but it's crazy. So it's, we got to do our own thing out there. But good evening.
How you doing, Mr.
Good, good. How was your day today? Today is what, Wednesday, May week. The week is divided into what, two?
Yeah.
In a May week. How did it go today? You had a chance to talk to the Liberal?
No, not yet.
The Liberal has been having a sleepless night, so he's kind of like happy, thinking that we're not coming on. But I told him I'm gonna come on. If you don't want to come on, that's okay. So sooner or later he will get on expulsion. They will not be suspended. He will get his own expulsion. So this is all things considered. We will be here for a little while just to make sure bring our folks and to also keep them engaged in some of the things that are happening
in Liberia. But let me just go in your thought. You just came from inside Liberia. You are a news freak like myself. What is on top of your head this evening here? I don't want to let the cat out of the bag.
As a potential Liberia overhaul,
Hmm.
the country is challenged seriously. Everything in Liberia,
America is challenged. So when you say Liberia is challenged, I want to be a little bit concise, precise to my audience to know exactly the challenge that we are faced with.
when I said the country is challenged totally, it means that includes the economic situation of the country, the political situation, law and order. I mean, you just name it. Uh, I was in Morocco once. Some of the things that I saw really made me start thinking, where are we heading? One, the traffic situation. 2 lane going, 2 lane coming, for instance. 2 lane going north, 2 lane coming south. And Mr. So just imagine the people that are traveling south will take 3 lanes. That means they take the 2 lane that supposed to go directly, then take 1 lane that are traveling north. And this is not just government official, it's the pimping driver, the motorboat driver, everybody picking that chance, driving 3 lanes. Then people on the right side that are traveling north, you will have to start forcing yourself to get on the extreme lane. And even they see the police, and like the police doesn't exist.
So then, wait a minute. Because from what I'm hearing you, we're going to get to two major things here, but these are all activities that are also affecting the social lives and the growth of the economy. So police, no police, pedestrians or civilians, if you will, everybody kind of like ignorant the law. Are they learning something? Is there something that these pedestrians or ordinary Liberians says for which they too they are following suit? Is somebody who's supposed to, for example, supposed to enforce it and say, you know what, what the heck, I'm going to do it. And so when I'm the boss and I'm not setting an example for the ordinary person there to emulate, the potential, the probability there will be a violators because who's supposed to enforce it ignore it, correct?
Yeah, I mean, just take for example, sometimes there's a serene coming, traveling maybe south. They take the other lane, which now make this the third lane, and all other cars just follow. And so now the people that are trying north or whatever, they will have to go extreme lane, 1 lane, then they gotta go. Even if you're not lane, you gotta go to the right extreme lane to get out of the way. And it just continue from Pinsway coming all the way to Vamuma House. It just like that. It took me 2 hours from, let's say, let me just give it 21 Street, but most of them maybe not 20, but let's say from JFK to Ralph, it took me 2 hours. From 5 o'clock, I left Monrovia.
So are you trying to scare the heck out of me? Because I will be going in. I know for the last 2 years I was there, I saw it and I was like, oh, but this narrative is been the same. Anybody who comes in from there, the traffic. I know there was some sort of little rules that were kind of like put in place from the Somalia drive or that. It's still not helping the process.
No, it's if you, because I'm talking from Tottenham Boulevard, JFK straight. You take the back road, get all the way to SKD complex. That's the back road. Just imagine you stuck in that traffic. You're in that traffic. 2 hours from 5 o'clock that afternoon. I got to the airport 7 o'clock, and that was never anything normal for anybody who lives or who born in Monrovia to take 2 hours from JFK to Rowell Street in the evening. The traffic.
So if you have a flight for like the different flights, they are different time. If you get like an 8 o'clock flight, I mean you gotta start getting your butt up. Maybe by 3 o'clock, you need to start making your way at the airport.
Yeah, you need to leave Monrovia
Depending on your location, especially if you are within the Ghana's Ville or
Yes.
Douala belt. So it means you
Oh,
have to
no.
go through the city center to get to Rawa Freeway. So then that's a little hell on earth.
That's a little hell. And let me give another example. From Freeport to St. Paul Bridge, I spent 1 hour 45 minutes in the traffic from Freeport to St. Paul Bridge. That is every day, in the morning, in the afternoon. When you're there, if 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, just forget it. In the evening, the same thing. It's not 30 minutes. And so these are the challenges we are faced with. Even the roads from Freeport to Douala. Let me jump on St. Paul Bridge. The road is terrible, Mr. So you gotta go, people, Freeport going straight down. You cannot drive in the middle of that road. People go both extreme. People go to dodge the potholes because the road is not paved from that end going to point 4. Right? The road is terrible. And you have the motorbikes, the pempen, they just had the cutting through. Douala, there's nowhere that the car or the motorbike can pull off the road. They stop in the middle of the street. And because the marketeers are encroached on the road.
All right.
Can you imagine?
Let's keep it holding. We are about to twist the wheel around to get into the conversation that is required. And again, we want to welcome our viewers and listeners wherever you are. We say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, contingent based on your location. You are on the official news outlet of the Liberia Public Radio live right here on the Facebook, on the YouTube, our Twitter handle, and you can also go on the official website of the Liberia Public Radio, that is www.liberiapublicradio.com, and you will get hold of this live video podcast. The train is about to take off. I have compelled him, I have forced him, I have pushed him, I've made him to surface. And he say, man, let's get a conversation going.
You've worked for months to bring your or your client's event to life, but unfortunately, the world had another plan. In reality, the only thing you lost is the venue. We take your vision for hosting a virtual conference and bring it to life online. No matter how complex your agenda is, we produce a smooth, engaging experience. Call the Liberia Public Radio today and schedule your event. Our number is 682-433-8802. If you prefer to submit your request via email, please send the request to liberiapublicradio2012@gmail.com. Our staff are standing by waiting for your phone call.
That's it right there. That's Liberia Public Radio. If you are business oriented, you have organizations, you're running to whatever organization, whether you get manager, you don't get manager, and you want to get your information out there within the public domain, outside of your own comfort zones, deal with the network that has the expertise, not entertainment, but professional and a great talking point. What is he warming up backstage there dancing for? What is he dancing for? What this old man here, he photo. Where is he? You know what? I think I need to put him. Should I leave him there or bring him downstairs?
No, laying upstairs. That's an old man laying upstairs.
Yeah. Okay, the Liberal Progressive is here. We are comparing the Liberal. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. So.
I was sweating here like a Christmas goat, but guess what? The result is unbelievable. I think that there's a way I can snatch up that and send it to you. And I think you're gonna be proud of me. I don't make no big move. I don't just talk labo talk. Yeah, I just couldn't believe it. I think when you work hard for something.
But this is what I keep telling you. You're a very smart young man. The only problem is you don't allow the liberal to express himself freely. But you're a very smart young man, and I think Mr. George can attest to that as well. So all both of you need to do is to be kind to the liberal, and I think all of your smartness will show every time you show up.
Yeah, I'll try to contain myself because my hair is pounding.
knowing from what I almost
Let
was
me let
4
me
hours.
let me quickly jump into the conversation here because I was listening from backstage with Mr. George, and what Mr. George was saying in terms of the condition of the roads in Liberia is very true. But Mr. Soul, I used to be one of those here, have my own show and say, "Oh, they can't do that. These people don't know nothing. They don't." Far from it, far from it. What have gotten my hand on lately? These people are so professionals. They are so good as engineers. And they understand the engineering principle. Everything, everything. I mean, from the traffic to the drainage, they know exactly what is needed. However, they just don't want to implement those things. Either the president, and I hate to say this, either the president is saying, no, it got to be done right now, or they themselves just don't want to do it. Why would you have a level D every day in Liberia? Every day from EW Junction all the way to Central Monrovia, level D. Sometimes it doesn't even exist. It doesn't even exist. Now, they're not even trying to achieve level B. Level B is, when you're driving early in the morning, going to work, and you see all of those tail lights. They keep moving. They're not stopping, but they're moving, but as not as fast as possible. That's C. Level B will be they're moving, but you are way ahead of you. You see all the tail lights. Then you have to hit your brakes as well, but you're not stopping, and you keep catching up. That's level B. A is just boom, no traffic. But in Liberia, they're worse than D. They're doing nothing to achieve any kinds of a good level of services in Liberia in terms of traffic. And the document that I have here, written by Public Works Ministry, signed by those hierarchy, and they're not even the minister of the Public Works Ministry. These are people deputies, but they are good engineers, but they are unable to perform those kinds of simple tasks. It is unforgivable as far as I'm concerned. But this is what we have. People, one of the interesting thing, and I'm running my mouth right now. Earlier this afternoon,
as usual.
Of course, that's what I do anyway. Earlier this afternoon, I was able to get my hand on a video of our own professor who is now in Liberia, and he was talking about some of the things that he planned to do, and that the pushback he most likely going to
get a confirmation here tomorrow. I'm going to follow through. I try to reach in today, but
and he's getting some pushback. But here's some of the things he was saying. You can't have a teacher in the MCC, whatever they call themselves. You can't have a teacher that is paying full-time but teaching part-time. He said things gonna change around here. We're gonna implement that when you're a full-time teacher, you have to teach full-time. And even if your classroom period is over and you still have time for us, and because you're on our payroll, we will carry you somewhere else where you will utilize that 3-4 hours that are remaining before your day is over. And when you leave, you go to private school, and it's up to you.
Yeah,
we're not controlling that. But these are kinds of stuff that we need. These are people that we need. Will try to change the trajectory of this country, Mr. Soul.
Zawlo, I don't just want to put my life. He's a human being, but I think I have had a chance. He stays longer here. We have had a conversation here, and he's one of such a person with that sort of a discipline. He believes in principle, and I saw what he did when I was one of the commissioners of the EULA 2-term. He's the only person I'm saying he lose an election. He considered, not just only considered, but whatever funds that were raised for his campaign, upon congratulating the incoming administration that time, I just can't remember. That convention was held in Maryland area. He turned over maybe I think 6 or 7, or maybe between $5,000 to $1,000 left in his campaign spending. He immediately turned that money over to the incoming administration. How many persons have done that? Our organization. The very first thing when something to him, I said,
that protest. Then he cheat, but when he win, it's okay. Gentlemen, let's get a conversation going. We want to welcome.
I want to ask him the professor. That was thing we talked.
Yeah. I'm really anxious to talk to him.
He will get a strong push, but I don't know whether he will survive it, because from what we've been talking on this platform, and I know he's going over mindset, trying to change that school system, and I don't know whether he will get the support from the minister, from the president and the minister of education. But I'm really praying for him, because this man has a principle. He stands for principle, and the way I have seen the Memorial Consolidated School System that we all went to, the buildings are all dilapidated. And I think if this man gets support, he will actually turn those things around. But again, that's politics. So I just want to say, I'm praying for him.
Okay. Don't pray like my man. Okay. Gentlemen, good evening, welcome. We're going to spend a little bit less time here, but again, Liberal, I told you I had a very long day. You are aware, and I hope you will not do anything to trigger anything here this evening to increase my severe headache. Is that intimidation?
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
When you have all people like this who always tries to violate things, and we the younger people to follow suit. He was just talking about what was happening in Liberia. That's what he's trying to do now. But something is happening. Some decision is about to be made in the lower house of parliament in Liberia as it relates to the Asala Mattel vote. A prominent Nigerians today, videos I surfaced. I reached out to her. I would still try to get her. I want us to talk about that, and I've been told Belity is heading to Ganta tomorrow in preparation for the Liberty Party convention. Initial report that we are getting there is somehow, if all goes well, we are hoping to dispatch our people to get an on-spot reporting. But let's listen to this here, and then we'll get to this Asala Mattel issue. What our lawmakers, what have they done? This is the former superintendent of Nima County, Madam Edith Gonglot Ware, in a podcast today. Remember, Gonglot Ware also contested for the senatorial bid for Nima County today last time around. She's currently in the USA. We try to reach out to her today. I sent her an invite. I'm quite sure a little bit busy, but let's see here what she was saying.
County, Bon County, Grand Bassa County, and all of the counties of Liberia. This afternoon, I'm constrained to make this video because of what is happening at the National Legislature. The people that we elected to protect us, to seek our interests, to speak on our behalf. There's a letdown going on right now with this Asala Mattel deal. I've got incredible information. Credible information right now, sorry about that interruption, that this very horrible deal that relinquishes our right as a country over the rail that runs from Yekepa to Buchanan and the port of Buchanan. We no longer are going to have access to these national assets, major national assets. I just got off the phone, and my intelligence information is that they have given money to all of our lawmakers to sign this deal against the interests of Liberia. I am discouraged. I feel that punch in my stomach. But we have to stand up for our rights and fight for this country. We must liberate Liberia. We must liberate Liberia from the hands of these vampire companies that have been aided and abetted by people that we placed our trust and confidence in to lead us, to protect our interests, to promote our interests. It's a complete 100% letdown this afternoon from what I'm hearing. So I'm calling on Liberians. This deal is bad. Even if they ratify it, we must continue to fight for what is rightfully ours. Mattel is going to make tons of money from this. Already as it is, our people are dying every day in Liberia. They are dying from unknown situations, unknown conditions. We don't even know what is killing people like this. I take it that our country, there are many factors responsible for the death of our people. You have so much fake drugs in the country. Then you have operation of companies that are using chemicals that are dangerous to human health without any check and balance. And these people are going to be giving our national assets to manage, to own. I'm discouraged. I'm disappointed. As disappointed as I am, I just want to sound this warning to everyone who is signing that deal for money that is given to you under the table. We will continue this advocacy. We will continue this campaign. It's too much. Too much. We cannot continue to have a country that is led by people who do not have any interest whatsoever in the people of the country. We cannot. It's time to call a spade and say no to this. And if you are angry like me, we need to start to rally. We will stand
If you are
up.
angry like
The
me,
youth
you
of
need to
Ghana
start
did
to
it,
rally.
and they got through with it. When the government wanted to sign some forward mind and the agreement.
Tony and Tony in the Wadent jury. When the Falcons cannot hear the Falconers, things for support. Shani Ashibi. Okay. The Liberal Progressive, Pat George, and our good Liberian people, that is a call from a prominent citizen, a former superintendent of Nimba County, former senatorial hopeful, is currently in the USA. My stomach is paining. I got an intelligence. These people again. How long can we talk this whole thing? It is bad for the region, people who within our local, according to what is bad for the country. It went first. Nobody saw the dividend. Here we are, and there's credible information that is already out there that indeed the lower house of parliament will definitely to go and sign this, because we don't know yet. I don't have any substantial evidence allegedly that something is being given. These are stories on a daily basis we kept hearing over and over and over. Now, interestingly, George the Liberal here, when there are sticky issues and become national to controversial, we see members of the House of the lower house here or the upper house, people come out to say, I will vote for this. I will not vote for this because XYZ. Our guys always vote in the absence of cameras, meaning we don't know how their vote goes. We don't have access to it, who voted for, who don't vote for. All we get on a daily basis is justifications of their action, especially ways in their favor. Let me start with the Liberal here, because the last 2 days being a very bad day for him. I will see what are we going to be on a good footing here, but I can show that it's going to be the end one. Then you go to bed again with a nightmare story. So this is why we are hearing from Edith Gonglo Way, and the vote is expected tomorrow. The issue, Salam Mattel here, let's set the basis. It's the largest steel producer, second largest steel producer in the world. So that's not a small company there. 2019, 2020, AML gives to GOL, that's the government of Liberia, in taxes 30 million United States dollars, 30 million, for which they were awarded recently by LRA as the biggest tax donor. 2019, they were ranked 120th place, second largest steel producer in the world. In 2018, who was there? Was that Joseph Boyka, the Liberal, and Helen Johnson Sirleaf? The Liberal.
Yes, yes, yes.
Are you not answering me? I'm
Oh, I
asking
didn't
you
hear that. I
who.
didn't hear that. Of course. Why
Okay,
would I
let me
not
repeat
answer
the
you?
question. In
Yes,
2018, was that Helen
yes.
Johnson Sirleaf and the white guy
2018,
president?
2018, 2019, that will be Dr. Weir.
Oh, I said 2018.
Yeah, that will be Dr. Weir.
2018? Okay,
Yeah, he
17,
came in
18. Okay.
2017.
Oh, this guy is trying to get me out try. Okay, 17, 18. Okay. They also contributed 78.5 million metric ton. They are involved in a lot of things. It's all over 60 countries, 17 countries producing these steel and stuff like that. 2020, 53.3 billion in steel production. That's huge. In the last 15 years, including the presidency of Helen Johnson Sirleaf and Vice President Jose Newman Boykai, 1.7 billion over the past 15 years of Accelerate Mattel. What has changed the conversation? Tomorrow they're going to be voting. You listen to a prominent citizen of Liberia and say this is a bad deal. The liberal.
Well, Mr.
Are they a
So,
surprise event? What we're hearing now?
thank you for that upset from the good lady, and I do respect her a lot. I know she cared much for Liberia and the Liberian people, specifically for folks from Nima. But then the issue for me as a liberal is this: this lady served as a representative. I mean, as a
Superintendent.
superintendent of the county.
Hmm.
And I'm sure she was very versed with the power to be and the power of everything happening in Nima County. So she knows what she's talking about. But another thing that I have, and you know me, I don't hide anything. I don't leave anything that is on my mind, say because of X, Y, and Z. Look, the government that she was serving, including my own Dr. Bakar, they were serving.
Why are you stuttering every time you
Mr.
start
So,
to
will you
talking? Then you want
please?
to act like you.
Why will you not allow the liberal again? Why?
No, but you gotta be honest, man. Come on. Why
I'm
when you
giving
talk
you
about?
my view. I'm giving, and then you in the middle
I
of
don't
making my.
know you to be a guy who stutter.
Mr. So, what you know when we're talking outside of the studio, here is a public gathering. People are listening to me.
All right,
I
go ahead.
can't just come out and say, oh, blah, 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 run my mouth like the way I'll run my mouth between you and Mr. George and myself when we're having a conversation. I'm not going to do that.
Go
So
ahead.
I just want you to know that. But let me get back to my point without you interrupting the liberal. Please. You're just doing some numbers here. But anyway, I'm not going to listen to you. You're not going to deter me. You're not going to push me off my talking point. Here's what I'm going to say about that. In as much as I respect this lady, in as much as I love her because she's somebody intellectual from Nima County, highly educated from Nima County, have the people I had. But when Madam Salih and Dr. Bakar, when they came to power, these people were supposed to put in place structure that was going to help the young people. They came in with a corrupt mind, including my own Dr. Bakar, who is not going to be changing, by the way. So let me finish. Let me finish, please. That was he was parked in the garage, but we'll have that discussion later. But the point here is this: the good lady herself served in our administration. Was she not able to see what was coming? No. Yes, another thing about the steel company in Nima County. I live lower Grand, I mean upper Grand, next door to the Sesto River. And the Sesto River comes all the way from the mountain of Nima. So usually when they finish doing all their dirty work over there, the river that comes to my area becomes brown and very corally. You can't see fishes, fish die off of it. So these are things, and now she's talking about the placement poison with chemicals. Is that now that she knows when Lamco was running it, were they not putting chemical in it? Is it now that they know that chemical is in it? This is, please, all we can say is this: the savior, Dr. Bakar, is coming. These people can sign whatever deal they want to sign, take whatever money they want to take. Dr. Baka gonna come in, and Honorable Cummings will come and fix everything that is happening right now. So they will let them enjoy themselves. Cummings and Dr. Baka, they're on their way. These are the savior. These are the people we have our hopes on. Cummings will not take nonsense, legislature or not. Cummings will tell you, if your legislature, do your job. And if anything, Cummings will tell them how to do their jobs. They're over there doing things, cussing each other every day, want to fight. You think on a Cummings administration, they're going to pay attention to them? No, Cummings going to turn their lights off. It means they don't get no money coming in. Why will you get money and you're not doing something for the people? Ridiculous. But Cummings and Dr. Baka, they're coming to save. So let them enjoy themselves. They only have a few more years to go on, and we'll continue to clap for them and say, enjoy yourself. The day is soon be over. So, Mr. So, why I sit here and don't agree with what is happening with the legislature and this new concession deal and what have you, it is very sad because our brothers and sisters from Nima County are now much more involved in all of the dealing with this particular concession. They said they were going to employ X amount of people. That has not happened. They said they were going to do X amount of things. That has not happened. And lastly, Mr. Soul, here's the frightening part about it. There was an incident here with the port of Buchanan where the young man came out and narrated to us how the port of the government operate with these concession deals, how these people come in and pay money, and this money go into personal account. So if the people are putting money in your personal account, do we expect you to do well for our people? I don't think so. Let them enjoy themselves. That day will soon be over. Dr. Baka and Honorable Cummings are coming to help us, and they're coming to help us and save our country, Mr. Saul.
All right. Let me go to the line here. Umpa Joyce, hold your peace. Hold your peace. Let me just go to the line here. It's all about Liberia. Call upside. Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening, Mr. Saul.
Yeah.
Elvis, I'm calling from Minnesota.
Good evening, Elvis. Welcome, buddy.
Yeah, thank you for taking my call. I wanted to make my quick contribution in regards to the ArcelorMittal deal. You know, just a quick background. You know, for me, I have a connection to Yekipa. You know, my grandfather was the chief cook for Lamco during those days in Yekipa. My mother grew up there. My wife, she grew up in Yekipa as well. But I want to make this quick, you know, thing to Mr. Toe. You know, don't look at this situation as something that only regards to Nima County. You know, there's a tri county area that has to do with this whole ArcelorMittal thing. You know, including Grand Bassa and Bon County. You know, the question I really want to ask is, where is our advocate lawmakers? Where is Henry Costa? When a man who think he got all the popularity that can draw people in the street for protest? This is one of the national issues that the whole nation and people who call themselves advocates or influencers are supposed to really put themselves together to really go and demonstrate, because this is a national thing. Not every county in Liberia have the same capacity as the mountains in Nima to get iron ore from. So this is a revenue generating place in our country. So the entire nation should stand up and advocate against a terrible deal. Where's our lawmakers that call about? Do they have anything as a filibuster in the House of Representatives in our country, where lawmakers who are opposed to this deal can protest it, can stop the vote from going through? Do we have anything like that in our country? So I just want to make that quick point, and then you guys can continue on the show. I hope I can get an answer for either one of your panelists, because I really want to hear their views on that.
Okay, let me give Pat George, and I'm going to give my own views and analysis on this. The talking point is on. Look, Pat George.
Yeah.
Did you listen to this guy, Jenna? Liberal. The liberal.
I listen to liberal.
Oh, okay. Let me see. There's a call coming from in Liberia here. Let me go to the call here, and I'm gonna. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead. When the call comes back, I will go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me say this. I respect Miss Ida Gonglo very much, but I got a couple of questions. When she served as superintendent, how much money came in from ArcelorMittal? Did she ever ask her senators at the time that the country is not getting a fair share of what was coming in? These are questions. If we want to advocate, we want to speak on our people's behalf, it is right. But you were there. You were superintendent. Directly, the company was there. You saw the operation. Did you raise any concern at the time that, look, Honorable Senator, things are not going well? Let us try to call these people. Did she raise another question at the time? These are questions that need to be answered. I get her advocacy now, the alarm she's blowing. But what happened? She was there. I don't know how many years she served as superintendent. Well, 1 year, 2 years. But did she raise any question? You talk about drugs, the environmental effect. You were there. Did you raise that question with the company? And if so, what would they respond to you? You were the eye of the president at the time. Did you raise any issue with the president? Say, look, I'm from this country, I'm from the region. This is what is going on. The company not living up to the obligation. What can we do? What can you do? Did she raise another concern? I was told, I think the company should have built 2,000 units of housing.
Okay, let me see. Are you there, Pa George?
Yeah, I'm holding on.
Okay, just hold on. Let me see what Liberia. This is the new soup for fiscal affair for Grand Jetta County. Mr. Joe is on the line from the West African state of the Republic of Liberia. Mr. Joe, good morning, soup.
Good morning, Mr. So. Good morning, LPR, and good morning, the team tonight. How's everything?
All right. Are you in the office about this time of the morning, or are you doing overtime?
I'm home.
Okay.
I'm home now. I'll be taking over my seat as a fiscal student of Grand Jetta by Monday of this week.
Oh, Monday. I think I need to get you here. We've been planning this here. I think I need to get you here, so we'll see, because when we allow you to get on airflow now, they become difficult. See, you won't say now, we need to have a conversation. But I know there's a purpose of your call here. Thank you for being awake this morning hour here, and I know you start working. So following the program here, I'm quite sure there's a reason. So let me just jump into your mind. What prompted this call? We were talking about Salah Mattel and all of that, and Liberty Party going to jump in later on. So let's hear from you. All things considered, what are you considering?
Yeah, Mr. So, with regard to the Asna Mattel issue, you know, most Liberians, if we are in position, we have our eyes closed, and we are out of position. We speak if to say we are talking for the people. Madam, the former superintendent of Nimba County was in the seat before, and all what the first contract that was signed, all what was said to be done for the people of Nimba, Bon, and Grand Basso was never done. She didn't say a word. She sat there, and now she's speaking because she's out of government. So I don't know what point is she speaking from.
What will you say, Mr. Sue? You say she didn't say a word. When you say she didn't say a word, what are you specifically referring to? She didn't advocate. She didn't make this sort of video that is being produced now, or what?
She didn't advocate for the people of Nimba, but she was serving as superintendent. Because as superintendent, you know exactly what coming as a social development fund for the county that is coming from Esna Metal and all the other concession companies that is in Nimba County. Why she didn't raise no concern at the time. Besides that, we are coming again with when before Ellen Johnson Sirleaf came, we said she was the savior that coming. I'm turning to the Labour Progressive now. So Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was the savior that was coming, and we all was happy that she was coming. She was one of the educated person. We have respect for her as a mother, and she was going to face out the country. And again, when she came, it turned out to be the other way around. Now the Labour Progressive is saying coming is the savior of Liberia. The people should enjoy themselves. I think it will not be like Ellen Johnson Sirleaf time. Thank you, and thank you for the time.
Okay, so Mr. Soup, I will try to reach out. I will really need for us to have that conversation before you take your seat. I know it's overdue. But now I get a timeline, so everything is set. So hopefully we can have that chat. But thank you for coming in here.
Thank you, Mr. So.
All right. Okay, Pajoy, go ahead.
And as I was saying, so when the mother either Congo realized that the interest of the people were not being protected, she said in that capacity, did she report to the president that the country were not living up to the sound of the bargaining? And if so, what did the president say? And did she ever inform the Malian that this is what is happening and I'm trying to seek redress on your behalf and this is the roadblock that I'm having? And what was the role? How much money did NIMA kind of receive on her as a social development funds? What were the senators at the time? What did they do that when things were not going right? I was told, I think the company should have built 2,000 housing units or so. They only built 200. Where were these people? What have been the senators, the representatives of Nima County? Where are they been? These are questions some people must answer before it's time to advocate. Because when you're not in position, then that's the time you want to be the best advocate. No. You were there. And you are put there to represent your people. And if you are representing them, and all these things were under your, let's say you were controlling, because you run the country. So you had some influence over these people. But what did you do at the time when things were not going right? Can she explain to the Liberian people before start calling that everybody should join this crowd? You got to explain something to us. You don't just come and tell us, yes, neighbor is on fire, but you were there. The fire was burning. What did you do?
So, okay, all right. Let's listen. It's important. Some of those people who have not had access to this video yet, we're doing everything possible. Venetia, thank you. Let's see yet. Let's listen to a little bit of it, and we're going to make people to get involved. Listen.
The entire contract was against the interests of the citizens of Ghana. The young people rose up. And because they rose up, the government listened. If we are consistent and persistent, our government will be forced to listen. And I said the other day, and I'm repeating it, I'm thankful to God that this thing is happening almost at the eve of 2022, when 2022 is just a year away from 2023. Every supporter of this bill will pay for it with their position. We will campaign against you. We will use the social media. We will use the radios. We will campaign against you. And we will ensure that your position will go away, because we now know by your signing of this agreement that you stay.
We now know your position. We were cut off your 30,000. We were cut off your eating more. All those dubio check here. Hold on, let's. This is a very critical issue here. We will continue. I'm doing some communication here. Hopefully, she confirm it, because I want to get her right here in the slaughterhouse here tomorrow, literally. But let me go to this number here, 317 number. Caller, good evening. What's your name and where you calling from?
Good evening. This is Prince Jacob calling from Indianapolis.
Yeah. All right, Prince, welcome.
Yeah, I was just listening to Mr. So.
But can Prince take a voice up a little bit?
Only about Nimba County. It's about Liberia. So I know Madam Congo, she was a superintendent, but where it reached, I think we have to come together and know the detail of this deal, because I don't think the Liberian people they know the detail of this thing. And we have our representative, our senator there. Because if benefit comes to Nima, that mountain, it will also benefit the country. So I think it's time for us to get together as Liberians. And it's the other guy who...
When you're getting together tonight, tomorrow, the book wins, huh?
That's the thing about Liberians. Everybody's sitting down. Because the gentleman called from Minnesota saying that, for Helen Costa, it's not all it's not about Helen Costa or whosoever, but this thing happened in the Poland a long time ago. And it just come here, and why people, the House of Representatives, they're going to sign this thing, because people are talking today, people are already made their mind to sign this thing. So all the noise that we are causing around, I think we get within our own time. But
Okay.
what really is bad, our people living in container, they can be houses like what fire soon did for our people in Habel. You know, it's bad. And if the people get hold of the port and the railroad, then that's it.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
I'm listening, I'm watching.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Pa Josh?
Yeah, look, here's the thing here. We are not saying that the D is 100% good. We are seeing the D.
Wow. The line is frozen tonight. Go ahead, Josh.
The DSI will provide 2,000 direct job to Liberians, 4,000 indirect job to Liberians in the community. Fine. They are talking about revitalizing the MVDC that was there during Lanco time, which was a technical training institute for Liberians. But in the past, the years, they didn't live up to any of the concession. All the agreement, they didn't live up to it. So the port, the government is saying that the port and the railroad will not be turned over to them, because there is something that people are sensing, that if they take charge of the port, no other vessel will die at that port. If you die, you're going to pay a certain matter. And the rail, if the Guinea master operating, the government would not get benefit from that rail, because the rail would not be taken over by asylum matter. So that company now will have to pay them to use that rail. So all these things are.
And they are calling for every 5-year revisions of
Yes,
the contract.
so
and
all
of
these
that.
things are in a deal. The crux of the matter here is that let the people tell the Liberian people what is actually in this deal.
Okay.
What the company, what the citizens of the Eastern area will be getting, and what are the benchmarks, just in case that if 6 months from now this doesn't kick in, we can go back right away to revisit the contract.
And perhaps, and perhaps already as a collateral as well, just in case. Who falls
something should be inserted in this ratification that if Masala doesn't live up to the obligation, they can be sued in the head for the outside of Liberia. These things should be put in the document so it can tie this company to what they are doing in Liberia. Because if these things are not put in the document, tomorrow they can go and you pack up, you can't sue them. So these clauses might be put in to hold the company accountable. So what I'm saying here again, I respect Madam Ide Gonglo, but she has to get account for something that transpired in that country, as well in the country, under her leadership. What happened? Did the company did not live up to the obligation? What was her voice? Where were the senators? She got to look. Liberia is not those days again that you don't talk when you come outside and you're ready to talk. Then everybody will follow you. No, she is a citizen of that area. My home county also. I don't know what's going on in Bon County. We don't know what is going on in Basel. But these people must tell the Liberian people what is in that deal for the citizenry. The contract, the first one, the company did not live up anything. The people did not benefit from it. All the things they put in there, they didn't live up to it. Now, you're talking about 25 years.
What is the guarantee now that even we go better? Okay, hold on right there. Don't let your cholesterol go up here this evening. Let me go to the Constitution State of Connecticut here. There's a number here. Good evening, caller. What's your name and where you calling from?
Thank you, brother. So my name is Walter Kettle, calling from Connecticut.
Okay, let's see here. You bringing the Constitution of Liberia or what?
Yeah, I think our Constitution, you know, the people violate our Constitution all the time. But this is the thing. You know, there's something I've created. They call it in politics for me. They call it political theatrics, right? When I see politicians after they have messed up in the past, come back, you know, and act like, you know, they are the light. It bothers me. When I hear Edith Gomolo, we're talking what she say or that, I say, now just park a car and sit down like Joseph Walker, to be honest with you.
Oh, you come and spoil the conversation.
Yes,
Somebody.
Mr. George, take the point. If people are not, the government is not giving the railroad and the port to Asalamita. Remember now, there's a big deal that's coming between Guinea and Liberia. If the government turn that port over to Asalamita, you know what's going to happen? The Guinean government will be paying money directly to Asalamita, and Asalamita will be making double profit on Nigeria, mining our iron ore at the same time, giving Guinea the right to use the port that they will be in control of. So the government of Nigeria is not stupid to go that route. Secondly, and Mr. Georgia made that clear. Secondly, this is something that all of us as Liberians, including our leaders, we I don't know if we are narrow-minded or we lack innovation. All of our concession companies, especially in the extra industry of iron ore to let's say our rubber and ore, we have not asked those people to build factories that will manufacture finishing products for a job opportunity for our young people. Imagine if Asalamita, at this point in time where Nigeria is developing, imagine if the government to build on Asalamita to open steel producing plant in Liberia, where we're making steel rods and steel plates and shipping it abroad and even selling it on our local market. You remember the kind, I mean, just imagine the amount of jobs that will be that will promote for our people. That will be open for our people. They're not saying that. And yet politicians talking about, oh, they're telling us, no! That you spoke on the right thing. We have never done that. Fire to be our country for this long. We don't even produce one rubber slipper in Nigeria. It is obscene. I mean, it's very simple. You got raw iron ore coming from Nigeria, or you buy your steel from all over the country.
All right. So thank you, my man.
Look, Mr. Soul.
Thank you.
Look, Mr. Soul.
I think people want to go a lot of headache after.
I'm getting ready. There's Kumba here. I'm tired of this Kumba here tonight. Let me give it to you, your conservative central right, your conservative viewer. Let me give it to you guys the way it's supposed to be tonight. And you can bring it on me anytime you want. I'm block cool. You're hearing for my mom, my hearing for your mom. Nothing you can do to me. I'm block cool. I'll give it to you exactly as it is. Look. Let us don't come over here and try to make ourselves feel good and think say we're talking politics and these people doing this and these and making ourselves feeling good because we want to be going to bed when you're feeling on your phone, making a phone call to like public radio, thinking say you're blasting at people and then get yourself all hypers and all that. Please save me the day. We have a government of the Republic of Liberia. We have elected officials of the government of the Republic of Liberia. Duly elected. The people went into the poll and cast their ballot. Democracy is ringing all over Liberia. So what is it that you want? I want these people to ratify whatever it is that they think they can ratify. This is what I'm going to suggest to you, Mr. So, and your center right. These people that's supposed to be, they are representing us. Whether you like it or not, they were elected. Whether you like it or not, there's nothing. The only thing you can do is to meet them at the bottom box. Instead, we come over here on platform like this and try to please ourselves to vent whatever it is that is in us. And then after that, we go lay down and repeat the same thing all over. Look, this is no time for anything else other than to say, okay, do what it is. We'll meet you at the ballot box. These people were elected. And however way they vote tomorrow, whatever time they vote, however way they cast their vote, it is up to them. They're representing us. Now, if they're representing our interests badly, that we, the citizens of the Republic of Liberia, do not like it, we go to the box. You can't come here and say you want to make a law on Liberian public radio. Are you serious? These are people that are there to represent us. They were duly elected. Please, folks, if you call in, let's have some good time. Try not to raise our blood and what have you. This is the liberal way of doing things. This is Samson Tor, and I'm giving it to you as it is. Thank you, Mr. Soul.
So, what a young man said, a trickle all your...
The young man and Mr. George and even you coming out here now to including our own good madam coming out here to say these people they did not take money. So what if they take money? Sue them, take them to the court and see if you can prosecute them. We have law in Liberia. We have law in Liberia. Liberia is not run by men, it's run by law.
What is he talking about?
I don't know, Mr. So you can help me. Help me.
Wow. Let me go to this line here. I think we're going to have a conversation. Caller, good evening. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello, caller. Can you lower your monitor, please?
Okay, sorry, my brother.
Yeah, that's okay. What's your name and where you calling from?
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. I know I'm still hearing your man last
Will he get the sound up a little bit, Mr. So we can hear you. I can't hear you.
Yeah. This message is the only thing I want to respond to him about is and meet them at the Balabacs. That's the right thing he's saying. Maybe he thinks they're different. But I don't need to really meet at the Balabacs. My name is Reverend Samuel Johnson from the state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's something that these people are representing us. I think they're representing him. So you can tell him, I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
They are representing him, but they're not representing the Liberian people. I'm going to say this. I quote for you the book of 1 Samuel 8:17. This is what's going on in Liberia. They will turn you, your children unborn, into slaves. They will take everything in the country and keep it for themselves. This one voice can capitalize on everything that's going on in Liberia, past and present. I'm not excluding the past people and stuff. And like my brother sitting over there, even if somebody was in something they can't see, if they came out and saw something, we cannot push them. We are all Liberians. We need to give chance because they went in, they didn't see it. They came back. I think we need to do something. But when you read the book of Jeremiah 5:21, this is what happened to us Liberians. It's like foolish, senseless people that have the eyes, but they cannot see, the ear, but they cannot hear. This is what happening in Liberia, and this is what happening in Africa. Year in, year out, for 174 years of the country. Look to Liberia. And then people stand and say, you defend somebody representing me. No, they're representing themselves because they are in there for themselves. They're not in there for the people. Everybody have been living Ellen, but there for herself. I said it on radio many times in Lagmasi. Ellen in there for herself. She was in there for herself. George Manning, we are in there for himself. You hire somebody, my dear brothers and sisters, to work for you, and next minute he got to pay your child school fee. You cannot. You the one that hire him. Every Liberian that voted for George Manawia hire him to work for them. But then now George Manawia can eat 3, 4, 5 times a day, and Liberian that hire him cannot eat 2 times a day.
All right. In 30 seconds, wrap it, or what's your recommendation?
My recommendations, we need to see, even if the person were in before, if they came out to say they can see now, if they were blind, we all are blind. But if you can see now, we need people that would really, really take Liberia to a different, because no matter Liberia is crying, we need Liberians that will see and hear, to see the country, that we can build Liberia better than the country we all are in America. We can be home, we can build a better Liberia than anywhere in the world.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the program.
All right. So, Pa George.
Here's the thing here. I'm not against anybody for advocating for Liberia. But if you were there, you were part of the system, you didn't say anything. You also now you can see. First, admit that yes, I think I should have done things differently. But just to come out and say, and then you want me to clap for you, no, I will identify the problem that you were there at the time, you didn't see it. Now you're seeing it, okay, but you must admit that, yes, I was there, I saw something, and I think I didn't do the right thing. That's my problem with people who come up to advocate. You are part of the system. You saw it this way. You never spoke against it. You out now. Now you want to start yelling. And that's why sometimes people got problem with me. But let me go to the labor. It is not just going to the ballot box. We have to continue to talk these things. So these people can know that what they're doing is not right to their brothers and sisters. We cannot remain silent and say we're going to wait for election. We know we'll get to election. But we have to continue to point the ills. The vibe that people are doing in the country that is not benefiting the country. You talk about corruption. We don't have to take anybody to court to prove this corruption. The first day when it was signed, all these people got double carrying pickup from the company. All the representatives at the time. You think that can happen in America? You ratify a contract, an agreement, and the company take pickup and give it to all of you people. That cannot happen in any Western world. That happened in Liberia. When the first contract was ratified, all the people in the house got picked up from Asara Matan. That speaks volume about the character of people that we have in Liberia, official government, that tend to say they are representing.
Yeah, I've been listening here, Pa George. Yeah, wait, finish your point.
Yeah, so we cannot remain silent and say, well, we're not waiting for the ballot box. No, we have to continue to point out these people that what they are doing is wrong. Because if we remain silent, it means that we are also becoming part of the problem, or we are contributing to that problem and hurting every one of us. So we have to continue to call the representative while we're waiting for election. This is the point that someone I'm making. I'm not saying that people did not do well. Yeah, they served, but there are just something went wrong. And these people must take full responsibility of what is going on today. And so it will continue. It will be that vicious cycle. Everybody coming to do the same thing and waiting for election.
So, George.
Yeah.
You know, when I started here, I told the liberals I had a very long day, so I was going to do my best, possibly can, to contain myself. But when I left the screen here, I took how do you call it, a painkiller to stabilize my headache and stuff.
The liberal will help you with that.
Okay, so hold on 1 second. You have your day here. Let me just talk to. This is the game the liberal is playing. You heard he started off here, right?
Yeah.
He drags his own men in the mob. That all of them, they didn't help the process, but he was quick to recover. So he decided to come back to shoot himself in his leg and tell her, give me a break. This is why when we're talking, you don't listen to us. When we're talking, your lawmakers, your representatives, your senator, the people you call Florence and Bob, whatever Bob, the Joseph Boyka, all of these people, the guy who agenda you blowing the trumpet today, they were all there. We have never heard anything of his disagreement with the former president. The constitutions of the Republic of Liberia clearly specify that the positions of the vice president is equivalent to that of the presidency. In the event where the president is incapacitated, the vice president takes charge as the president of the Republic of Liberia. But this notion that you guys are always blowing, here ceremonial, the vice president can't do this. You didn't see Mike Pence was in total disagreement with Donald Trump here to turn the voter, to turn the election result. Did he say I'm a ceremonial man? So anything the president, I'm talking to you, liberal. Are you looking at me?
I'm waiting for you to end because my reply will take you and the center right off of this show tonight. I'm ready for you two. You two have been pushing me since last week and since the day before yesterday. You two were on me thinking that I'm down. I'm waiting. Go ahead and finish your point.
So that's it. So, the protocol of lawmakers, I don't know what, Liberian people believes in managing crisis. When you go in a house of elders, you need to have mature people there, people with high political tolerance, people who build consensus, people who dialogue. And hey, I disagree with you because I'm a liberty partisan, I'm a sedition, I'm whatever party, these tons and countless party that we have. But there's one thing that you have in common. You represent a constituency, and that constituency is part of the whole that is part of a nation. But when you go in there and begin to rain insult on people, I'm giving the genesis of all of these things where we are coming to. And that's the thing that I know that you don't want to hear it, but you will have to hear it, and you will take it the harder way. That's what happens. When you demonize your colleagues, when you do not have the ability to incorporate idea, to sit around the conference table, when you are elected and you can't even go for recess break, we're not there. I am not there. You are not there. it is these who are 73 lawmakers, and there's a committee that I'm sure responsible. How many of them ever went out there? How long have you heard them having this sort of conversation? This is what, or they have gone to these regions. And I agree with Evis. This is not just Nima or Bon County and Grand Bassa. It could affect Liberia. As Salamatel is a very rich country.
Mr. So,
these people
we're not here for you to come. We're not here to come and give us a salad dressing all night and try to patronize us. Please, it's my turn. I'm going to have to take it out of your hand right now. Look, let me tell you. I'm not going to let you come here and try to salad dress it and waste it on me and think you say you're speaking. You're the far right and the center right. Let me address both of you and all of your conservatives that are calling me names right now. That's fine. I'm a liberal, and you don't have to agree with me. That's what I like. I like that. But let me tell you this, so in case you find them familiar with the Liberian, what is happening right now. Mr. Soul, Liberia today is not your Liberia of yesterday. I'm so glad that Liberians are now finding themselves totally. And this is what I'm saying to you. This is because when I say let's meet at the ballot box, I know exactly what I'm talking about. These are the same Liberians years ago that were following you kill my mom, you kill my pa, I will vote you. You remember that? Immediately after that, they came in, Madam Sally came in, and they overwhelmingly elected her, believing that she would do more. And some of these same lawmakers were buying baby tops because they wanted to win vote. Within the last 2 elections, Mr. Soul, the Liberian people have proven themselves that they themselves got a clear understanding, and they are getting the clear understanding of what it means to vote one man, one vote. These were the same Liberians that rejected the money the CDC was doling out in Moserata County. Quite recently, in your own county, Grand Gila County. What happened? When the CDC and Honorable Zopin lifted a hand of a young man that we all know, he was defeated massively. So I'm saying to you and your audience, please give the Liberian people some opportunity. Let them exercise the freedom of voting. You can come here and say all you want to say. Blame all you want to blame. For me, I'm not here to do that. That kumbaya stuff is not going to work with me. I'm not here to come and sympathize with anybody. I said to the Liberian people, these are the people you put in power. They are now getting ready to give you some bad deal. So if they do that,
should we include?
Let me finish. Like I said, you're not backing me down today. Today, you see my voice? You hear my voice? You think I'm talking like a little baby here tonight? No, please, I'm on it. The liberal is on it. So the point that I'm making to you and the center right is for you to clearly understand that why the Liberian people are patient people. They are not stupid. Anybody, we don't need Madam Gonglo to tell us to go and vote against it. Anybody that gives us bad deal, when your time comes, you're not going back. Liberians are wise today than they were before. They ain't no cup of rice, no chicken soup, no aku oil will put you in power anymore. You do good, we keep you. You do bad, we take you out. This is the Liberia that we know, and this is the Liberia that Dr. Barker and Honorable Cummings is coming to help us with. Mr. So, I'm not here to play around, and there is no Kumba here. You can call me whatever name you want to call me. You can look at me and laugh and smile. It doesn't matter to me. I'm a liberal. My name is Blaku. My ain't saying you more, you ain't saying my more. Bring it on.
Yeah, what Bapu was saying. Liberal, I'm a strong supporter of you. Wow. Strong supporter of him? But okay, but listen, don't laugh, don't laugh. You're about to drink some sour lamb. Liberal, I'm a strong supporter of you, but I'm in total disagreement. I'm in total disagreement with you this year. Well, this guy gonna have a bad night again. Well, Liberal, please drink a glass of cold water. Oh my goodness, I'm having a headache right now, guys. I think we're gonna get this thing off here. Look, so I don't know. I don't know. This whole thing here, Liberia is such a different country on planet Earth. And I just so feel so bad, the decision. And this is why and that's the conversation we are having now. These people are not even, those who even want state offices now, they are not even questioning their people. Anything that comes from out of them, this is okay with them. But when they get there tomorrow, when they flip around, they say, oh, knowing what I know,
Yeah,
we should have gone this way.
there's a thing that happened with the port, the ATM terminal. Today now, Edwin Snow is saying now that one of the worst vote he took, but he was there on his watch. They were the one that pushed this ATM terminal. But today he can that one of the regret he got. Can you imagine that? Having that regret, but you know the harm that you are causing your country, millions of people today suffering because of that deal you signed, of that deal that you are part of. This is what happens when people sign a Booker's deal. They don't care about the people. They are only looking at themselves and their family because they don't have the country at heart. And we have to continue to make the noise, whether you like it or not.
No, I'm not here to.
I'm not talking to you.
Okay.
I'm speaking in general. I said we have to continue to make the noise because tomorrow is our people going to suffer again. That years, 65 million that will be coming into the country.
Mr. George.
Yeah.
Should we just are we not responsible for all that we are experiencing? Should we just only blame these politicians?
I'll rest my case. Let me drink my water. Let me drink my water.
Question here. The voters themselves, they elected themselves. They want to be like a donkey for people to ride their back. They are not children. We are not children. We are not babies. These same people you talk to, you advocate tomorrow comes elections, they have their own decision to be made because politicians want to come, things that they have not done in the last 6-9 years. Overnight, they were trying to Chinese persons and do hard working overnight, like what some of our political leaders they can be doing here. No, you're hearing them talking, no concise message, no vision, no direction. You're not hearing anything. They're not speaking on any critical issue. Nothing.
Mr. So, I will take you back, and I will take you in the center right back a little bit. I know both of you remember this. When the first lockdown for the coronavirus happened, the very first time, they were locking down around 3 something in the afternoon. Everybody had to go home. They were beating people to get off the street. There was a scene in Painesville. There were young people, all young people, all of them. There was not old man sitting, only young people. Some of them were selling, some make music, and they were saying to the media, look, we understand what the president and people are trying to do. But do you want to tell me after 3 o'clock, the virus don't hurt people anymore? If you're going to close the thing after 3 o'clock, you let us wrap our stuff up, make sure we do what we have to do, get the things off, and we will cooperate. But here's one thing, and I have the video here. One of the young men stated this: you do this to us today, when time comes tomorrow, we will remember. And they did. Mr. So, this is what I keep saying here all night. Not that I don't care for the Liberian people, or not that it's not like I'm saying to the Liberian people, you make your bad choice now, live with it. That is not the case. Because it seemed to me that between you and the center right, I think I'm the only person here clearly understand the dynamic of the Liberian politics as we speak. You don't. Let me finish. He's not coming from Liberia, but when he went to Liberia, he didn't even go anywhere. He didn't walk around. He talked to any of the Yana board. He didn't talk to them. So like I said, between you, him, and myself, I think I'm the only person that understands the dynamic of the Liberian politics. Because what I'm saying here, Mr. So, is all over the country. And I think Madam Gonglo has gotten the wind of that. And now she wants to ride that sentiment.
Is she driving the wheel of?
No. She following. No, she's not in control.
I'm asking a question. Is she driving the wheel of political correctness?
No, she's not. She's not in any control. She noticed now that the Liberian people are no longer going with Becca Rice. They're no longer going with Chiki Su. They're no longer going with Aku Oil to vote. They are now voting based on information of what these people are doing. She saw the last 2 elections. Now she's seen it. Even in Nima County, when Prince Johnson, who's supposed to be the godfather, held a person here and that person didn't win. Madam Mugongo, she's very smart, a still politician. Now she's getting ready now to now ride the sentiment of the people. This is what I'm saying to you. I've been saying this for a long time. Good thing I'm not in politics, because if I was in politics, I would win any election, because I understand that. These people, the Liberian people are now saying to all of us, calm down, Samson told us. Calm down. We got it under control. We're no longer here to give our vote based on food. We will give the vote for the future of this country. And I applaud the Liberian people. And because of that, I say to these lawmakers, go and sign anything you want to sign tomorrow. If this deal is not good for Nima County people, they will vote you out completely. Whether George, we are back you, whether Prince Johnson is in support of you, they will not take you, because these people are clearly understanding what is good for the country.
The ethics committee, Per George, I think the ethics committee is time for them to give full disclosure of these things here. This having this sort of off-camera vote in Liberia is bad, because we need to know people that are going to be voting for. Let them, we give them the benefit of the doubt what they are voting for. People who want to be voting against. But you don't see that happen. You don't see an in-caucus conversation. Okay, we see here. You see Joe Manchin here? He is a pain in the neck, because that's something he strongly, even as much the Democrat doesn't favor it, but that's something. And not just only that, but the constituents that they represent. That is what lacking within our political system. These people that have complete, total, 100% disregard for the very people that they represent. So just imagine, they who may you send into a representative, and you can't respect them, you think they're going to respect our from.
This is exactly my point I've been making all night, and the point that I've continued to make. We're talking Liberian politics, we're talking liberal issue. You're going to bring Joe Manchin into this. Joe Manchin is a good friend to Ted what's his name? Ted Cruz. He's a good friend of John, what's his name? Lindsey Graham. He's not a real Democrat. Now because of your conservative view, because of the center right. So when you're saying, you call Joe Manchin, he's shaking his head, saying that he's in agreement with you. And this is what I'm saying to you. These are not liberal, and we don't respect whatever it is that they think they're going to do to us. And so you now gravitating towards Joe Manchin. Oh, we got another Joe Manchin on LPR? Please. You want me to come and come out here with you tonight? Happening.
This guy is trying to seek redemption here tonight, but it's not even working. It's not even playing out here.
No.
You draw your own Joseph Boyka, you throw him into deep sea, you walk back here and come here and try to do it. But George, go ahead. We will soon be wrapping up here. But I'm still talking, I'm still exchanging messages here with Madam Gongo. I don't like to be judgmental. I want to give her the opportunity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So hopefully she's, I'm getting good response, but I will see how it looks like. Because they are monitoring as well. So what prompted this video here? Is it a long-term political tie gaming that she herself? Everybody wants to be. That's why everybody they are advocating.
I can rebrand. I mean, people can rebrand, but we must ask you the honest question. People can rebrand. I mean, politics is not static, so people can do things and come back and say, "Hey, this is what happened," and we'll move on.
So your question here to her, she didn't, according to you, supposedly, I need to get a detail, supposedly that she didn't talk and she's talking now. It's almost equivalent to things that will be saying, oh, you were there yesterday, you don't talk, why you're talking now. So how do we want this whole system to be fixed?
Okay, the system that will be fixed like this. For me, take responsibility. I was there.
And now you acknowledge your mistake first.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Take responsibility, he says.
Of course.
Now he wants people to take responsibility. Now he wants people to take. 2 months ago when we were on Alexander Cumming, he didn't want that particular words to be used. Now take responsibility. Go ahead, finish your statement, sir. Finish your statement.
Yes,
I just want to remind you. That's all.
You do not do this to throw off of God. You people from the Liberty Party made.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Your political leader who is now in America, Yomli Kakashi here. Bring her
Why she run away from Liberia? That's what I always does that when there is a consequential.
Why were you even think that she ran away from Liberia?
Ran away.
Be in Liberia.
Why were you saying that? You have no proof.
She ran
This lady have
by virtue of her being here, by virtue.
Ran away.
You don't have a consequential.
Oh my goodness! Is this what the show going to be boiling down to tonight? How can you say a responsible political leader to say the person run away? Run away to go where?
Mr. Sampson told you did mention, and it's not going to say why I did not raise this issue about taking responsibility. That's what brought her name in. Because she
let's pretend I didn't even say that. Go and make a comment. Leave my political leader alone.
Get on this guy to see whether he can talk to for Nyombi Kanga to come here, because I've called her, I've talked to her. The last time she said, "Oh, CPP still having when the thing finish, I will come." Can you talk to your political leader so we can have a conversation with her to give her a fair share?
Are you talking to the liberal?
Yeah, that's your sister. You said that your sister.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm going to bring my sister here in the lion den. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm gonna bring my sister here in the lion den. In you, the far right conservative, and the center right to bring my sister here to sit here to be questioned by you two conservative. We're not doing that.
Okay, but let me tell you on this note. I went to Liberia and walk in the street of Monrovia. I talked to people. The only reason that you didn't see anything from me was that because I didn't go there on something, so I didn't want to get involved in the politics there. So, but I spoke to people, I met people, I walked the street of Monrovia. So I know right now, if I'm speaking to you about Monrovia, I know exactly what I'm telling you, because it will not be they say again.
All right, gentlemen, we get a very short time today. Again, our sincere apology because I was kind of a little bit tired.
Let me leave you.
But before we go, in the next 3 minutes, Liberty Party, hopefully our guy are going to be there too. We want to see what's happening. These things are going on simultaneously. This guy is going to be voting tomorrow. We don't even know who's going to be voting for what. At the end of the day, we're going to see it. At the same time, there is a convention, my understanding, Ability and his crew, they're heading tomorrow in preparation. The Liberal.
Yes.
Why the political leader is she not attending? I forgot. She what? Is that suspension or expulsion?
No, but she said she suspended the chairman. Then I don't know who is in charge. She's a leader, and she says
Can we try to? I'm on a roll here tonight. You guys trying to derail my heightness on this whole thing. Let's leave Liberty Party name alone tonight. Let's move on with the conception, because it's very important to the Liberian people. Why you want to bring Liberty Party? Let's get, you see, this is what you and your conservative center right. You're trying to bring my spirit down at the end of the show. My spirit is high, and there's no way. So let's talk about the conception. Let's leave Liberty Party out of it
extensively. So he's the one we're talking about people to confess of their past and stuff. But I did hear him also saying Joseph Boyka, they all were part of this whole Asela Mattel from the Ida Gonglo and all of that. I didn't see anything here, but we'll leave it as it is. I sent her an invite, her initial response. Oh, okay, sort of something. So it's a clear indicator that she will eventually. She knows when she comes here, there's always issue of conversation of substance will be here. I even want that done as possibly as we can get it going tomorrow, because when it's hot, that's when you can bend that iron. So I'm hoping that she gonna.
Why will you not jump out of our scheduling just because the new is dead? What's wrong with the Friday evening schedule?
Get the fact that we're not going to have a program on Friday. Of course, we're going to have a program. Then we're not here. That could be a good talking point. We are up to the vote that we expect tomorrow. The outcomes of what's going to happen on Capitol.
All right. Okay. Well, CEO, you do what you want to do. CEO, you do what you want to do.
If you can talk to Nyombi, we can bring her here tomorrow Friday.
You can bring us anytime in Friday.
I'm not going to bring my sister in the lion den. I told you already.
The great senator from Grand Bassa, she can come in, but Grand Bassa also part of the deed. Oh, yeah, what about Bazola? I see that they got the port and half of the railroad. Oh, yeah, what about Bazola? And saying she's one of those to speak on the issue.
Well, this guy, Belate tonight, he's talking, he said something here that I saw on New Dawn newspaper, something, Boyka, something.
Belate is going with Cummings, so he's not a mouthpiece for Cummings, but that's not something I'm willing to even address.
Mr. Toe, this is why your does. When you start feeling away, then you want to start shifting blame. When Belate, you're doing your election in Banga, coming in was nowhere around. Now, the party, your senator and the other senator from Maserado.
Oh yeah, it's in New Dawn. Boyka has no agenda.
Wow. Who? That's it.
Ability.
Yeah, but that's not a true statement.
Well,
that is not a true statement.
That's the
Dr. Baka has an agenda.
Well,
and Musa Belate, what he needs to do, he needs to wait until CPP have exhausted their process. And then come and let him come back if Dr. Baka doesn't have an agenda.
Mr. Right. For the party of Liberia, you wouldn't pay your due in America. So when it comes to the Liberty Party of Liberia, you got no voice, you got no vote. Speak on what is happening to the Liberty.
Those who trying to exercise me from my own political party tonight, folks. This is what I face with every day with the center right and the far right.
You know, from what we see right now, NEC are giving INT to ability, and convention is going ahead. So, in Youngly, that's what this and what she did. On a serious note,
but have you read the light? The light has a post.
What kind of light?
Yes, the light. The light. The light. The real light in Liberia. The light has a post on yesterday.
Who the light?
Dallas Dillon, honorable Dallas Dillon is the light. Now, listen. He wrote a post yesterday where he was informing his follower and those of all who peruse the Facebook regularly to say, look, the information or whatever decision that is made by the existing chair of NEC is not the final. We will go to court.
Come on, man.
Please.
Come on, man.
People try to water down. People try to water down something, and there's something gonna do.
So, you know that the NEC boss is in trouble. You know,
they are indicted. You know, there are a lot of, but I think Friday we're going to have a good conversation. The entire country is.
I told Zauro and myself said it. Yeah, you said I was the best person to run the commission. Yeah. Our paper, our lecturer today.
Yes, man. He never his prediction always in the wrong side of history. You don't know him yet. I don't think
admitting.
Look, Duado, I've been trying to get you. Duado, please.
I don't remember that conversation.
Okay.
Duado, please invite me your number. I'll try to get you. Please invite me. Your number, please. Please do that. If you can text it to our number here. Let me just put this up here number here quick. If you can text me your number on this here, I want to have a conversation with you. I'm sorry I have to do it publicly, but I say, okay, gentlemen, we're going to leave it there. Election Commission is indicted. You go to the other place. I mean, that's just a complete chaos.
This is why Dr. Baka, Honorable Cummings is coming to save us.
Okay, gentlemen, we got to leave it here for the rest of the evening.
Of course, the Liberal is on the road, so you want to cut the show up. We only have about 5 more minutes, but of course, it's not with you.
Mr. Toe must be paying. That's advertisement he carrying for this thing on this network. He must pay for it.
Oh, all right.
Yes. That's advertisement. You must pay for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Put your bill together. Put your bill together. Yes. And send it to the Liberal. But if that's the case, if I pay you 1 cent, when I call Dr. Bakani, you got to give me the time for me to see.
once you pay, you call him, no problem.
You got to give him time for me to sing his knee and praise him and show his video. He dancing with his wife and everybody, everything.
Yes.
That one we eat to dancing with a woman. I like boy. Something told you a mess. Anybody will hire you to do their public relation, they're done. They're not gonna get any vote. Dancing with his wife?
Yes.
Why you wanna play?
Because he's strong. He's strong.
To prove his wife. Gentlemen, let's let it not go. I beg you. Folks, we want to thank you so much. With Sarah, we came on so late. Pa George, I meant to say welcome back.
Thank you.
All of you great people. You know, we just couldn't let this evening go.
Well, how come Dwala say good evening to the liberal? Why he say good evening to the liberal?
Dwala doesn't buy into your ideologies. Your views are so far off from Dwala. Dwala can't do that. Even though he lives in a liberal state.
Well, we'll find out. Let him come on the show. You invite him. We have a conversation. Also, then I'm gonna find out soon what's around the spectrum. I know where to place him. I'll find out. I'll find out.
Anybody that doesn't agree with him, then I find right person. So sooner or later, that he does that to the extent the audience and he falls with them. Come on, liberal. Don't do that. These are our values.
But it seemed to me, Mr. So, most of the audience here sometimes they agree with me. But many of the time they're in line with you in the center right. And I'm saying they're all conservative. That's why.
How you square that? Most of the time they agree with you. It seems to me they agree with us. So what? These people do not like you. Your views is
too liberal.
The Manduva age view. It's not in the sort of modern era yet. So people don't take in your, they don't take in that because it would not happen like
you guys better be careful because the liberalism is on the march. It's on the march. Brazil is going down. The lady over there in Germany, she's out.
Yeah.
Okay. Madame Pence over there in France, she's not coming in. The liberal is on the march. Look up north, Canada. That's folks. You can't win this because the liberal are the people that have the ability to lead, and we will continue to lead. Other than that, I will say good night to all of you. Saying before I get kicked out of here now, let me say good night, Mr. So. Is there anything else you want me to say before I say good night to you?
No, you're okay. You're good to go. I want to thank you guys so much.
Thanks to the audience. Thanks to the audience. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys much.
We'll see. Probably maybe instead of tomorrow, we can work plan and see what Madame Gonglo and see, I can get back to her and see maybe Friday evening. Is that a good plan? We can have
that would be great if she comes along. She understands that here.
Tomorrow we're going to get an insight, so maybe I'm going to get back to her and see what she can.
But just explain to her this is not a platform where we tend to disrespect or anything like that. We will be respectful. We will be respectful, but at the same time, she should expect tough questioning from us.
She's aware. She's a journalist. She knows.
Okay.
I hosted her, senatorial bait. That was in.
Nobody will ambush her. We're not ambush.
Why are you afraid of her?
Yeah, he afraid of her.
Look at him jumping in front of me.
Gonglo is a media guru, so she knows. She likes the issue of substance.
Okay, thank you. Good night, folks.
All right.
You only gonna that his sister. He don't know that his sister, so he don't want to ask any tough question. He don't want them to come on.
Oh, I see what that is. Liberty partisan. And she's member of the Liberty Party. She's still there.
Yeah, but Musa Berete suspended all of them.
No, she's not part of that suspension group.
I think her name was on there.
Okay.
All right, good night, folks.
Okay, guys. All right. Thank you so much.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. The highest praise. Hallelujah.